Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, real quick, I want to have a conversation about Tasha K's interview with the alleged mistress. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this together, get my screen together. Give me 1 second so we can get this off the screen because I am coming on camera. So give me 1 second. Girl, what is going on with this thing today? Let's see. I could do it like that. All right. Bet. Here we go. What's up, y'all? Hey, bet. What's up? It's JamiThatsMe here. We are about to talk about the Tasha K interview that she had with Latocha Scott's husband, Mr. Rocky Bivens. Okay. They say the real name is given Edward Bivens. All right. Mistress. All right. Now, I was trying to watch this last night because I was actually going to pre-record the video, right? Couldn't get it done. Then I did it earlier today. I watched it earlier today, took all of the notes, and my intentions was to go live earlier today. But girl, I got up a little later than normal, and I started rushing because I had to get to my homegirl's birthday brunch. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to take the L, and we just going to have to talk about it when I get back, okay? So, Oz is back, okay? I say Oz is back. So, now we got to talk about this. Really interesting. What's going on, y'all? Hey, y'all in the chat. What's up, Shaniqua? What's up, Omar? Hey, Mrs. Wilson. What's up, This Cat Rocks? What's up, Nina? Hey, Tennis Love Story. Hey, baby Trisha. What's going on, Antoinette? Shaquila. I think I said that right. J Mac. What's going on? Right. Cocky, Rocky. Oh my, y'all. Let me tell y'all, listening to this interview, I feel like it was great that I listened to the leaked call first and then went back and kind of listened to the interview because I just felt like Rocky said some stuff that I was like, what? That happened? Or like the tattoo, him naming where the tattoo was, right? And then seeing on Tasha K's video exactly where the tattoo was. And nobody knew exactly where the tattoo was until he said it. So it was just little things, and we are going to get into it, okay? So as you come on in, definitely be sure to like the video, okay? And definitely share the video so people know that we live, okay? So anywho, well, let me scroll down because we got to talk about it, okay? All right, so I'm about to go through the whole interview. So if you've heard it before, girl, you're about to hear it again, and I'm going to give you guys my take on it, okay? So Tasha reached out to her because the real interview that she really wanted was with some Love After Lockup individuals, and she wasn't able to get that interview. It ended up getting canceled. So she had to think quick on her feet while in the city, and she decided to go and link up with this woman, okay? She linked up with Unique. Unique was available. I think she hit her up like early that morning, so they did something like late that night, all right? So Tasha came through. This is where we at. All right. So let's see what else. So Tasha reached. Yeah, we talked about that. So Unique wanted to spend the first part of the video, in my personal opinion. And as you watch the video, whenever she drops it, she wanted to spend the first part of her video pretty much checking Tasha because she really didn't like the fact that a lot of the media people were pretty much saying like, girl, you lying. You don't put these receipts out. You lying. And more so Tasha. Tasha was the one that was really debunking it. And although a lot of us may feel like Tasha's credibility has been shot because of the Cardi B situation, a lot of people still rely on her to give truth and facts. So when she was saying that what the girl was saying and doing when it came down to the Rocky situation, that it was cap, a lot of people started to believe indeed what Tasha was saying, that it was giving cap, okay? But girl, as you go through this, you're going to see that it is true. So first of all, what is going on with this mouse? Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, she says that Unique wanted to spend the first part of her video checking Tasha because she didn't like that she came for her calling her a liar. She didn't like the fact that she talked about her baby. Unique says she don't care if the baby was the size of a mustard seed. It's still her baby, period, regardless of how the situation came about or went. She don't want nobody talking about her child, all right? She also... I think Tasha could have talked about her age or came for her age. She even asked Unique, like, how old are you? And she said she was in her 30s. And I really was wondering what part of your 30s were you in. It's giving late 30s, the fact that you didn't want to really say your age, right? Because Tasha ended up saying something. that had me chuckling when she sat up there and told that lady, your filters make you look older. Girl, I hollered. Girl, them filters make you look blurred the fuck out. So I'm like, Tasha, I'm surprised that you was even able to get an age and see that she looked older based on the filters. Girl, what? Girl, she putting them filters on so hard that, girl, I don't even know what she really looked like. But anyway, let's keep going. But honestly, I have to say, watching the interview, like when she was first sent down, I was like, to me, I think that she's a very pretty lady. Being able to see her face without all of the extraness on it, I was like, oh, she's very pretty. All right. So anywho, Tasha says that she was doubting the baby. She was not doubting the affair. And then Unique was like, no, bitch, I'm finna get what you want today. Okay. No, you was doubting all of it. Period. That's what you were doing. Okay. But, Tasha mentioned, we talked about the fillers or whatever. I did say that she was a pretty woman. I said she don't need all those fillers and stuff, but it's your phone. It's your photos, okay? They're your apps. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. Cause that's just how you is, okay? Good luck. Now, she did affirm that the picture that she posted, I believe it was the sonogram or whatever she posted of the baby, she says that was real. She just had to zoom in on it because it had like her personal information on there or whatever, but she was not lying. And I believe she said that was the picture of the first baby. I said, what? That's the picture of the first baby. So the lady had been pregnant by this man 3 times, according to her. And it's so funny because the more I was listening to her talk, I was like, Rocky tried to get ahead of this interview and he was trying to paint this lady out like she crazy. And I don't really think that lady was crazy. That lady was talking with facts. And here's the gag for me. She wasn't stuttering like he was doing on the call with Tasha. You know what I'm saying? She was fluently telling a story like a regular person telling a story, like they got history, like, you know what I'm saying? So I really did, it wasn't a lot of holes that I needed to poke in her story because it seemed like she was being factual. All right. So Unique speaks on when she came out, she didn't drop everything because she was hurt by him and didn't want to ruin him at that time. She was just pissed off. And it had something to do with him talking about her feelings being effed up, but we're going to get to that part. Okay. She does talk about that, but we'll get to that part. Now, y'all know the group ended up having their issues, right? That's when we saw the whole Soul Train Awards and the ladies were beefing about the attire for the red carpet. Shortly after that, that's when Unique ended up dropping her tea about Rocky. She dropped it the very next day. Now, hold on. Now, they're saying that this was the time that a lot of people ended up learning about the show at that time. So for me, that's when I felt I learned about the fact that SWV and Xscape was getting the show. Shortly after she didn't, because I feel like when they were having all that drama, Xscape, all the 3 ladies versus Tasha, I think that's when we found out that they were having a show or something. Then we get these receipts from Rocky's alleged mistress. So for me, it was giving Ariane vibes. Y'all know how Martell and Melody was able to go on, get their own show or whatever. Then now all of a sudden, because you're not a part of that, you want to sit up here and try and expose somebody when you were comfortable in the position that you was playing. Why are you trying to be loud now? Be as quiet as you was before. You know what I'm saying? But okay, girl. So anywho, she definitely made sure to let everybody know, like, this was a real relationship. So y'all trying to play me out like I was just a little mistress here or a little side chick over there. Like, it really wasn't that. Like, this was a real relationship. I know you might have, girl, I don't even know if you might have, because it still don't sound damn right to me for you to say that this was a real relationship. I'm struggling with that part because a real relationship, I feel like that person will put you first. And you were not first. You were coming like in second place. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't live with you. You didn't have access to him like you probably, like, you just were not a priority. So for you to say that it was a real relationship and you were never a priority, for me, is a bit confusing. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might not had been expecting or wanted to be in that role of being secondhand, but that's what you were. Therefore, in my opinion, you are the mistress. You are the side chick. You are the whatever else on the side, you know, potato salad, like whatever is given over there on the side. You know what I'm saying? French fries. Maybe you had a little season. Y'all want seasoning on your French fries? Like, maybe just like a little bit of that. I mean, but it wasn't giving main course. It was not giving the main part of the meal, which is like the lemon pepper wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you were the fries with the season on this. You know what I'm saying? So I I don't understand how this was a real relationship. You know, like, I don't know. It just wasn't, girl, I'm not with you on that. Okay? Now, she says that July 15th of this year would have been 5 years that they had been messing with each other. Girl, you have got to be quiet. I see why you didn't tell America how old you was, bitch. I understand why you did. Okay, because the way that egg cracking on your face right now, girl, I see why you did not tell us your real age, because people was probably going to try and drag you more for you being that big of an age and then let somebody drag you along for those 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, stuff happens, stuff happens. I feel like a lot of times, I will say this, though. As much as I'm cracking a joke about that, I feel like she's not the only older woman that's going through that, because sometimes, like, I just did a story talking to you guys like a few months ago. I think at the end of the year somewhere, where I told y'all about that old lady that had got scammed out them hundreds of thousands of dollars because she thought that she was dating a damn doctor or something like that online. Remember that? So this young lady ain't the only person that really be out here, getting scammed, Like, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, it happens. Like, you feel what I'm saying? What else? So, yeah, she says that July 15th of this year would have made 5 years, and they've been consistent. She says it ain't been no on and off. They've been consistent. Now, this is where I feel like y'all probably did have some on and off, though, because when you start talking about your abortions and all of that, like, there had to be a little bit of off. So were y'all always consistent? Maybe the off didn't last longer than like a week or something, which is why she's not saying they were on and off or whatever. But sometimes, I mean, like, it is what it is. It's given that, that's why she didn't tell us her age, because at that big ass age, people probably was going to drag her. But I do feel like she's not the first, won't be the last. I've already given y'all similar stories, about that. So, I mean, she just got caught up. She got gooped, okay? What else? She lets everybody know that she was pregnant with their third child recently. And I believe she said that was like in August. But Tasha did not really get into what happened with that situation that resulted in her getting an abortion with that third. Well, they ended up jumping into some other conversation, right? But she does talk about Kandi. Now, I didn't really understand the purpose of bringing Miss Kandi up. I guess it was just to clear what some people were saying, but I never believed this from the beginning. People were trying to say that Kandi had paid her to come out, and it's like I feel like Kandi is a person that's really stingy with her money, high key. So what she looked like paying her to come out to go against Tasha? Like, what? Like, y'all really think Kandi would be that vindictive? Like, I didn't believe no mess like that when I even heard it. So they just wanted to clear that up. We did see a photo where Unique and Kandi took a picture together, and Unique was like, I don't know that lady. Girl, I don't know that. I do not know her. I went to Bedroom Kandi event. She happened to be there, girl. You know what I'm saying? So I went and I took a photo with her. It's just giving that, because I had to let the people know that be watching me that I be in the places where all the celebs be and stuff. So I had to go over there and slide over there and take a picture with the lady. Now, she did say when she met Kandi, it was kind of in the beginning stages of her meeting Rocky. Right? And she says that Rocky was supposed to be working with her son or something like that. Like, that's how they ended up getting connected. He was supposed to be working with her son, but it never really worked out because he was more so focused on and pressing on trying to date her, in so many words. Okay. Now, let's get back to the relationship. She did say she came across Kandi around the beginning stages of meeting Rocky. Okay. Now back to the relationship. She says that she was very patient with him because of his situation and how he had everything tied up with Tasha. So because he had, they've been together for many years, all right, because he was her manager doing work for her. These are the reasons why she felt like she was being really patient with him. I wish it was more. I wish it was more questions, because I'm like, so at what point did you and Rocky get serious in your relationship, quote unquote? Because it sounded like she was saying when she met Kandi, that was at the beginning stages of dating Rocky, but she also was kind of talking to some other folks herself. So at what point did y'all start to get real serious? What was the dates on that is what I wish she would have asked. Hey, Jeline, I hope I said your name right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jamie, these ingredients are really starting to chap my R's, not chop your R's. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I wish that there were more questions to inquire about this type of stuff. What's up, y'all? We got over 500 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have about 100 likes. So if we could get the likes to match, that would definitely be great. It really helps out the channel. So I appreciate all of you all's support. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I said what I was confused about. I said, so this is what I'm confused about. If the plan was always to be with you, how did the abortions even come about? Like, what happened with that? And this was when she got ready to go into that story. So she starts to speak on the first baby, which was Timeless Love Bivens. So the first time she dropped that little sonogram, whatever it was, girl, when she dropped that, it was about the first child, okay? I guess the baby name was going to be Timeless, whether it was a girl or whether it was a boy, but okay. So she says that she told him that she was pregnant, and he was happy about it. Like this, she told this man that she was pregnant and he was really happy about it, okay? She says then all of a sudden he just flipped. I don't know, it was just flipped. And then he started to switch up on her, basically, in so many words, okay? One minute he happy, he want the baby, then the next minute he don't want the baby. I feel like one out the gate, he already knew he did not want no child. He knew that right out the gate. But I feel like that flipping on and off that switch was really to confuse and manipulate her, ultimately. Then he tells her that he wanted them to have their house together. This is how he manipulated her now. He told this lady, I want us to have our house together before we start having a family. Like, you don't think that I want to wake up to my kid every single day? Like, you don't think that that's something that I want? Girl, this is where the question should have been. And at what point, like, how long were y'all together at that point when he said that bogus shit? Girl, how long were y'all together then when he said that shit? Because he ain't get so were y'all together? Because no. She said they had been July would have been 5 years. So this incident, so it seems like how she was saying, it sounded like they got pregnant consecutively throughout last year. Because I believe she said one time was in March. I think another time, I feel like I could be confusing the timeline. I feel like it was March, and I feel like it could have been the summer. If not, maybe she didn't give us that date for the first one. But the second one, I think, was last year around March. And with that child, she ended up miscarrying. Then she got her pregnant again, I believe, in August. And that's when she ended up having an abortion. But the first one, I don't recall her telling us when that one happened. But my thing is, how long had y'all been really talking at the time when you got pregnant? And he talking about something, he wants y'all to have a house so he could wake up to the baby. And he still ain't get you no house yet. Because at that point, y'all probably had been talking for 3 years, maybe even 2, and you still ain't had a house. So what the hell going on? Like, your common sense didn't kick in at any time? Okay, well, girl, let's get going then, girl. Do what you want to do, honey. So then the next thing he did was telling her that he could take her to court. Like, he was giving her so many signs. So, I mean, I just feel like, honestly, the DICK must have been the bomb for her to just overlook all of this stuff. It just had to be the bomb, okay? The next thing he did was tell her that he could take her to court and that they could take the baby from her and give the baby to he and Tasha, because Tasha and him made more money than what Unique made. And what I found to be so interesting about that, I was saying, this is interesting because he slipped up on that phone call with Tasha K when he mentioned about him, I guess, Tasha crying. I told y'all about that last night when he was saying how Tasha was crying or whatever like that because she wanted more kids, and he was saying he can't have more kids because of a medical condition or some stuff like that. And then he was saying Tasha said something like, well, she about to have 3 or she having 3, like, let me get one of them or something like that he mentioned. Tasha probably didn't even say this, but Tasha probably did say this. I just can't tell when this man is lying and when he's not. But what I did find interesting was the fact that she mentioned he said he'll take her to court. I definitely believed her when she said that based on what he said to Tasha on that call. So I'm like, okay, some things making sense. Because she also went on to talk about the fact that it was something about some medical thing, and I'm sure I got it in my notes because now I'm thinking about when he told Tasha about a medical situation. So when I was telling y'all about that pregnancy from last year, it did not, move forward because it was some type of medical condition or something going on, which also goes back to what he told Tasha about how he can't have children because of a medical condition. But he never knew about that miscarriage that she had. She never told him because of the stress he caused her the last time. right? But he found out about that miscarriage when he found out that she was pregnant at a later time. But girl, let's keep going. It's all over the place, okay? So Unique then goes on to mention about the ways that he would manipulate her, right? So one of the ways, we already talked about that. He was talking about, oh, I want us to have a house. I want to wake up to my child. Then the next thing was, you don't make enough money. I can take you to court. Me and Tasha can snatch the baby up, right? The next thing this fool did was go and call a love child. Somebody that lived in a situation where they was the outside child and how they didn't get their daddy all the time and how difficult it was for them and what all they went through. So he literally used another person to get on the phone and manipulate this woman. And the person just was telling her how bad it was for them and how they were really affected as a kid and how it affects them as they grow up. Like, girl, what the fuck? Anyway, so then Unique says that the thing that stuck out to her the most was him saying he could take her to court. And that was the problem, okay? Because she don't play about her baby, period. She says she's a very fertile woman, all right? She already has 3 children. She was previously married. That's where those 3 children has come from, okay? And it seems like she was pregnant with 3 more, but they did not, come into the world. So she says that that's something that really bothered her because she don't play about that. Like, what, you could take my kid from me? Like, what the hell? She says she was supposed to get the abortion, but then she didn't, right? He asked her about, he was like, so you gonna choose the baby over me? Like, girl, what's going? And see, I want to put this out there while it's on my mind. I know we might drag her for her being so dumb, and I do feel like there is a portion of that in here, right? But then she also mentioned something about being with her her kid's dad for like 15 years or something, and that they were married. So if she's roughly about 35, that would make her like 20, right? But then we still got to take some years off of that. So that means, Unique, girl, you're probably older than her. Girl, you're pushing 40 is what it's giving. But I'm just using that as an excuse to put you in that 20-year range of when you met your husband. So if you've dated your husband, like probably when y'all were teenagers all the way up until your 30s or however long, then maybe you ain't been messing with no other men, which is why it was easier for him to goop the fuck out of you mentally, right? Because you ain't been through those cycles with those other guys. Like, yeah, you went through it with your guy, but y'all kind of slick grew up together in a sense. But Rocky was able to finesse you because you ain't never really experienced that before. At least that's what I'm kind of thinking. And let's not forget, he was over here, I feel, love bombing you. But not only that, I feel like you saw the lights, action, camera, flash. You saw all of that when you start seeing him bringing you to different places where other celebs were. So I think a lot of that, because she mentioned something like what attracted me to him was the fact that he was a boss. Yeah, not only the boss, it was the access. I feel like that's another thing that attracted you too. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have access to certain people and this, that, and the other, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think you thought it probably was going to bring your value and your worth up, knowing that you rocking with a dude that got access to those folks, celebrities and all of that. Like, I don't know, girl. Whole time having access to somebody who's... Well, let's keep going. All right. So yeah, she was supposed to get the abortion. She didn't. He hit her up on some manipulation stuff and said, yo, so you're going to choose the baby over me. Okay. So after that, she decided to go through with the abortion. And she says that she was about 3 months at the time that it took place. Okay. So she was right there at that cutoff point where she was able to get that abortion. She says that once she got that abortion, y'all, and this really, when she said this part, I really can hear him say that. I literally hear his voice saying this to her, okay? She says after she got that abortion, he called her crying, saying, sorry, I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Like, it was given, I was going to call you and tell you to not even go in there and do it. I was going to tell you to just don't do it at all. Like, just stay. Oh, won't you stay with me? Like, girl, that's what... I can't, sir. I can't. I cannot. So you let this lady go into this building, go through with everything. I don't know if she texted you or something and told you like, hey, it's done or whatever. You give her a call after it's done. You wait enough time to make sure it's done and then play on her brain some more. Pray on her brain some more and then sit up here and tell this lady you was finna tell her to not go through with it. What? These people be dumb as hell, girl. What is going on? Like, girl, let's keep going, okay? So she says that she leaked a song. She gets to the part where she has a song about him. In the very beginning part of the song is a conversation between the both of them, okay? And she's basically talking about how she wants to keep her baby. She wants to keep her pregnancy. She wants to keep her baby, all of that, right? Well, she put that song up on YouTube. And Rocky must have heard it because she said it started to get a few views and stuff. So he got wind of it, got it flagged, or at least copyright written or whatever. And so YouTube had to come back to her and say, excuse me, ma'am, this is cute. It's giving real cute, girl. But you see this piece here? You're going to have to cut that shit out. Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and snip that. So she went ahead and she had to remove that audio piece because Rocky got a hold of it. Girl, this right here, let's keep going. So then she goes on to speak on the second pregnancy and says that they took a trip to Vegas March 2022. So yes, that's right. I'm not sure the timeline of when she got pregnant with the first one. And I wish they would have talked about like when exactly did that happen? Because I feel like it was some questions that wasn't really asked. Like, at what point did y'all relationship start? Like, we know how it started, but when? How many years ago was this? Girl, I even want to know the month. Okay, so how far into the relationship did you guys start, having sex? How far into that? Like, when did that happen? Oh, okay. All right. And then from that point, when did y'all get pregnant? Oh, okay. So that's when y'all, okay. And then how long after that did you get pregnant with the second child? Girl, I mean, if you're going to tell it, then you might as well tell it all. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. So then, she speaks on the second pregnancy and says that they took a trip to Vegas in March of 2022. That's when she got pregnant. He tells her if she gets pregnant again, then don't tell him. So that kind of does sound like if you telling this woman if she gets pregnant again. Oh, thank y'all so much for the September 2021. Thank you for letting me know. So that's when the first one took place, was in September 2021. Thank y'all. And then shortly after that, girl, so that's a few months later when she got pregnant in March 2022 and then got pregnant again a little while later after that. Now I just question the 5-year timeline. I'll figure that part out later. Now my questions then got like even bigger. Okay, but anywho, so she speaks on that. He tells her like, when you get pregnant again, don't let me know. So when I hear don't let me know, it kind of makes me think that if she gets pregnant again, are you going to be open to the next child by having her not say anything, and then once she missed the term to even abort the child and move forward, you just gonna have an outside child, you're going to be okay with that. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Then she says that she took her son and her mom on like a trip to Destin. And that's kind of when she found out that she was pregnant another time. And she miscarried, unfortunately. And that's where she kind of went into the conversation where the doctor mentioned that it could be an issue with his sperm, is what she was saying. Okay, that could be the issue. All right. And just off of hearing that could be the issue for me, it made me think about what he said on the call with Tasha about him having a medical condition or whatever. But the medical condition clearly was not stopping the first one or the last one. Okay. Yikes. But let's go ahead and keep going. All right. She said she never told him about that pregnancy, but when she got to the third one, that's when she ended up letting him know. So she got pregnant again in August of 2022. That was on their Texas trip, but the conversation never came back up as to how everything came to a head that resulted in her getting that, abortion. She talks about how he would always complain about not being happy at home. That's what they typically do. He and her never showed any, when she says he and her, she's talking about Tasha. Tasha and him never showed each other any type of love on social media like other couples would. So she was really believing whatever he would tell her. Then, girl, it's the fact that he pulled the Martell. Oh, bitch. These folks, girl, cut the shit today. Cut the shit out today. Cut your shit today. He says, or she says that, he cried in front of me. And, ain't no man finna sit up there and he ain't finna, what I'm saying? He not finna cry in front of you because men don't really want to see you, like, see them in that way, like emotional like that. And I'm like, bitch, yes, they do if they want to play on your fucking emotions. Because a person like you think men should not show that. Like, girl, so he knew that was going to be just a big thing to you to cry in front of you. Same way Martell got on his damn knees and cried over there in front of Ariana. Girl, y'all be on some bullshit. Them same knees y'all drop down on for y'all wives to beg them to not leave. Girl, I can't. Them same knees y'all got down on so y'all can do a little licky. But anyway, girl, that ain't none of my business right there. I'm just telling y'all what she said, okay? I'm just telling y'all, y'all be doing a lot. Why did it make me think about Martin? Well, Martin said, pop it, pop it, pop it, pump it. The knees, like that's what it was giving. Like y'all was literally out there, pump it, pump it, pump it. Pump it. The knees, because she about to walk out on your ass. And then you sitting up there talking about the knees. So you decide to hit the knees and do all this damn crying. Like you fucking goddamn boys to men down on bending knee. You better get your ass up. Nobody got time to be playing with you in this foolishness, girl. But anyway, let's keep going. Then says that he cried in front of her. So when she would leave, he kept... All these songs keep coming in my head. I'm thinking about Tyrese. Every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Like, that's what's going on. So he would put that on. He would cry in front of her and stuff, and she would go right back like a fool, okay? So she also spoke on his son getting in a car accident. And when his son got in a car accident, girl, I'm like, at what point did he call Tasha, though? Because she says he was on the FaceTime with her. I said, oh, wow, not his son in a car accident, but he's talking to you. Where was the son at? Did the son know that he was FaceTiming you? Or what is happening? What else did the son know about his dad? But let's keep going, girl, because this is messy, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. We have over 900 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely be sure to like the video. We are under 300 likes, okay? So if you guys are here and it looks like you've been here for a minute, you've been enjoying yourself, so definitely, go ahead and support the channel by hitting the free like button. Thank you so much. All right, so she speaks on being married for 15 years and having 3 kids from that marriage, right? She says she isn't a home wrecker. This was just a one-off situation. She says that she can relate to him having issues in his marriage, so it was easy for her to believe him because with her situation, like they kind of like ended up being like roommates, I guess. Like they weren't fooling with each other anymore, but they were still living in the same house together because, I guess it was cheaper to keep them around at that point. You know what I'm saying? And whatever the situation was with the kids or whatnot. So because of how her marriage kind of fizzled out, she was believing that is what was going on with Tasha and with Rocky. One thing about women, we definitely have a whole different type of intuition that oftentimes we sit up there and we deny because we choose and want to believe whatever it is we want to believe about a person, okay? Fucking with people off hope, basically, and fucking with people's potential, basically, and fucking with your own head because of the idea that you see for your damn self looking like a fool. And oftentimes, we're not realists, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the possibilities of what people really could be doing out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Until, I don't know. I don't know what it takes before we really get to that place. Like you already have these inklings, but then you deny it. And then eventually you get to that. Maybe somebody just got to tell you your feelings is fucked up. And then now you just want to, set fire to some shit. I don't know, girl. I don't know what took so long. But just, girl, okay. 5 years is a long periodical time, ma'am. It's a long periodical time. What else is going on? So she also says that she never asked him for anything because you shouldn't have to ask. You should ask for everything, ma'am. You should ask for everything. I understand if you feel as though you shouldn't have to. No, we shouldn't. But we're going to. All right. You should have asked for a lot of things. You should have asked him a lot about his marriage, a lot more about himself. And you should have asked for a few more coins. Now, we did see the cash apps because she definitely dropped on receipts and I was blown. Okay. Because she was not lying. The girl was not lying. She had receipt on receipt on receipt on receipt on receipt on receipt on receipt. Okay, and the gag for me, the confirmation for me was giving the flights with his name on it, flying out to her city. I said, wow, oh my God, this is serious. This is like, girl, this is really happening here. Okay, so if we thought that she was, just some old random, just throwing things out there, no, that phone says otherwise. Okay, and we'll get to that. Okay, but anywho, so she says that they've been very public with that relationship. So when you say y'all been very public with that relationship, it makes me feel like there's a lot of people in the industry that knows about this but choose to shut the hell up. And I'm not surprised. That's what y'all do. They be knowing what the hell going on, but they mind their business, right? She says she met a lot of people, plenty of people in the industry while with him. She says he tongued her down all in public, you know what I'm saying, when they was out in Vegas. Says that they messed around in T.I.'s studio, saying that she's been in the studio when T.I. has been in the studio. And that, to me, I wasn't sure if she's actually ran into T.I. or if T.I. was in a whole nother studio room inside his studio. You know, when you go in studio, sometimes they have studio A, B, whatever. So I'm like, was he in studio A and you knew that he was there, but you never physically met him, but then went to studio B? Or were y'all in studio A together, so therefore T.I. was aware that, oh, Rocky bringing his side chick around or whatever? Girl, and then it's the fact that you say that y'all got it in T.I.'s studio. Girl, cut the cameras, dead ass. Like, what's going on? But I'm like, I refuse to believe that y'all was hunching it down in that man's studio. Now, you probably have been, licking on a little piece of an ear, kissing a bit on them lips or something like that, girl. For what reason, it's none of mine. But, yeah. I don't think y'all like really, really got it in like that. But I think that y'all probably was doing a little fondling and, kissing or whatever like that. But I just needed a bit more clarity. Like, girl, like, where was T.I. in comparison to you? But anyway, while y'all all in that man's studio. So she says that she felt that Rocky was genuine because there was a lot of things that he wanted to do for her. I just want to know how much stuff really, really got done. I mean, we saw some of the cash apps and things, but I wonder what really got done. I think he was supposed to help her, help your son with music. He was supposed to help you get a house and some other stuff. Like, what got done? What did he, how did he help you for real? But anywho, she says that she felt, she thought that he was stuck. And I'm like, when did you think he was stuck? Because you also thought he was a boss. So when did you think that he was stuck? Then she says that she also felt like the money wasn't his money, and she was patient and tired and she tried to pour into him and hype him up because she thought that he was insecure about things. So I guess all of this stuff developed over time. But it's just weird to me, in all honesty. Like, I see you're starting to come to your senses. You're starting to learn things or whatever. You're believing that the money ain't all his. It belongs to Tasha, whatever the case is. But it seems like if we would have never learned that the show was happening, it seems like we may not have ever known about you. You probably would have never said anything. And would it have been another 5 years? And don't say no, because some women have been mistresses and been okay with their position for about 20 years, girl. I've heard it. Like, these people be out here they be comfortable, cool, and be right where they at. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, ma'am. It's possible, it's possible you would have stayed a little longer. But anywho, now, when he started bringing in other artists, she says that she kind of supported that. Like, it was because of her. He started bringing in them country, she said country artists and all of this. Now, another thing, Miss Girl is not lying. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time believing this lady lying. Because the interview that called Tasha leaked, he talked about working with country artists and stuff like that when he was running off his list and stuff. And here it is, she's saying this. And keep in mind, her interview was filmed well before Tasha did this call with him. So I'm like, yo, she just dropping. And listen, it's all in that phone though. But let's keep going. All right. So when he started bringing in other artists, yeah, she talked about that. Tasha asked her about whether she felt guilty about him being married. Now, the original answer is no. It's a no. The answer, I feel like Ariane said the same thing. The answer is a no. She did not feel guilty about him being married at all. Okay. She says no because of how her previous marriage went. She says that her oldest, she talked about whether or not her kids were met him or whatever. I think her oldest son was supposed to meet him, but instead the middle son may have met him or something like that. So I was a bit confused on which kid was supposed to work with him or meet him or whatever the case is, but one of them. So there's that. He was supposed to work with one of the sons, but he kept pressing on her instead. And I'm like, that right there should have really let you know what he was on, if he's not trying to help out your child, but he's more so trying to press on you. Okay, girl, like you came here for this, but he's over there on that. But people be getting caught up. So she was attracted to the fact that he came off like he was a boss. She learned later how insecure he was and how much of a manipulator he is. When she would call him out on his BS, she says they'll argue, not talk, and then he'll be pulling her right back. So it seems like she liked the toxicity of it all, if you ask me. All right. Now, she says that she decided to blast him after the Xscape Soul Train debacle. She says because he told her that that her feelings were effed up. She texted him and asked him, when are we going to start being out loud with our love? Like, when are we going to start telling everybody we love each other? This is what we're trying to do. We're happy. We want to move forward. Like, when is this going to happen? So he says, you keep questioning our love, and I'm not about to satisfy your fucked up feelings. I'm like, why do I hear him saying this? I don't even know this man, and I can hear this, right? So she was like, what? My fucking feelings, baby. I know you ain't talking about my feelings, but my feelings been over here wrapped up in your tired ass for God knows how long. And you want to sit up here and talk about they fucked up now? Excuse me? You want to talk about my feelings being fucked up now? Oh, I got your fucked up. So that's when she decided to go and do a leaky leak, okay? That's when she dropped some tea. Now, Tasha K then asked her about why she posted the truth and then snatched it back. So she goes into this whole story. And then she came back because it was like a posted, snatched back, came back and said, oh, it was true the whole time. I only snatched it back because that's what he told me to do. Girl, this was messy. So she says after the first post, they were still linking up. When she made the first post about, timeless Bevins and all of this stuff, they were still linking up with each other. She says they ended up linking up one night or whenever, got in the car. This fool gets on the phone with TMZ, according to her. She says Rocky gets on the phone and says he didn't know her because, they ask her questions. I don't know that lady. Hell no, I don't know her. Like, what? From where? That ain't me. Wrong one. Wrong Rocky. Rocky Balboa. Not Rocky Bivens. Rocky Balboa. That's who it is. So she's sitting over there in the car looking at him like... like, why are you so stupid? Like, why are you telling them people that you don't know me? Like, why would you say that? But you already know why you came. You know what I'm saying? You came because that was the whole plan. He's trying to clear his name. So she says that she's confused on why he's lying. Like, anybody can prove it. She says they can go through, I think she said, like the cameras, like places that they've been, they can go through the cameras and all of that. Okay. So they've basically left like marks of themselves in places to where anybody can do the proper research and find out that y'all do know each other. Right. So she felt like that was dumb. Okay. He intimidated her and applied pressure to get her to change her story, right? So when he texted her the final time trying to get her to change her story, he was texting her what to post on social media. And that's when she ended up posting it. So while he was on the phone with TMZ, he had her get on the phone with his PR team, which was a bit confusing because I was like, what PR team? Is it the PR team for Tasha? Or is it the PR team for the other folks that he got working with the other artists that he's working with? Who was the PR? Who called your phone? Or was it the person that sat up there and said that they was a love child and convinced you to get the abortion because them being a love child was horrible for them as a kid? Was that the same person that was the PR? Because who did you talk to? Okay, so she got on the phone with PR or whatever, and they all figured it out, came up with whatever message they were going to say, and that's when he sent it to her whatever the case was. And that's when she ended up making that post. Okay. Now she says that she knew something was off when they met up to discuss the whole hack thing, because that was the original conversation when he got on TMZ. It was supposed to be a conversation saying, I don't know that lady or whatever. And I guess she was supposed to be saying that she was hacked, right? That's the original story that I believe the PR team came up with. They were supposed to say hacked. And then I think that's when they came up with the whole thing. She made that long post. It was what it was. Okay. He was trying to also get her to delete everything out of her phone, because he also, which was weird, because he also talked about his cell phone being hacked, calling her saying something about something was going on with his phone, so he finna delete it. That right there was a bit confusing. It's like, you're supposed to be a master liar. So what are you, like, how could your phone get hacked and then now you talking about you need to delete messages? Real confusing. Whatever the case, he deleted all of their messages and tried to get her to do the same, but she stalled and she was like, I'm not deleting shit. And I know that's right. She said because something was telling her she was going to need this later. And she was right. But you know what's funny? And it ain't funny, ma'am. It's hilarious. Because I'm like, bitch, not you listening to yourself at this point. So yourself wasn't speaking to you 5 years prior? But you decided to listen to yourself at this particular time to tell you not to delete nothing. It was a scheme that Todd set up for y'all to come to us with the bullshit. Girl, I know you lying. You ain't listened to yourself, not now other time, but you listened to yourself at that moment and said, I'm not going to delete it. Well, you did right, ma'am. Let's keep going. All right, she never did it. So Tasha was like, well, you know, since you came all the way down here, girl, what's in that bag, what you got in that bag? Can I see your phone? And she was like, oh, yeah, you got it. Go ahead. Like, run through. Baby, I don't know when she gonna drop this. Listen, it was messages on screenshots. Girl, you see the post that she made to her social media sent to her from him. So you know she not capping about that. Girl, the same DICK pic, it was blurred a little bit, but it was there. And Tasha showed her the one. She said, I got this same picture from another girl. So then she showed it to Unique, and Unique said, oh, I noticed that from anywhere. I'm calculating at this point because Rocky just did this interview with Tasha, this call with Tasha, and he said that got a DICK pic of who? Who? Not me. Like, nah, you know what's up. I mean, are you just taking pictures off Google and sending it to people? But when Unique said that, I know that, you know what I'm saying? I know that DICK, that makes me think like she knows more than what you just, sending out, because she's experienced that with you. You weren't just catching on flights to go out there. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, what else was in that phone, girl? $1,000 cash apps, $500 cash apps, multiple flights, Atlanta, Buckhead, Marriott, or whatever. Girl, she had that whole back tattoo. Remember, I told y'all, Tasha said that girl got a tattoo of that man's name on her body, but she never said where it was at. Rocky gets on the phone with Tasha talking about something. I mean, what you got? Don't nobody care about that tattoo you got on your back. Like, what else you got? And I was like, ain't nobody knew that. Nobody knew that. But bitch, we saw that, okay? There is a long tattoo, like from the top of her back all the way down to the top of her ass. And at the very bottom, it says Edward. Right down there, girl. So, listen, the lady was dropping all kind of stuff. Girl, this is, as comical as it is, girl, it's sad. Like, girl, I don't know how y'all sit up there and let that man play y'all. And you ain't get nothing. See, that's the thing for me. I'm not telling y'all to go out here and get played, but I'm telling y'all to get something out the deal. Like, you ain't getting nothing out the deal? I ain't gonna say what you got out the deal because I don't want to make a shot at those things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going, and y'all know what I'm referring to, so I won't say that. But That's all that it seemed came out of that. And now it's like a bit of backlash that came out of that as well. Because I don't believe that he ever genuinely loved, cared about you, or none of that. I think you were a fun time girl for him. And one that will put up with the BS. You know, I mean, Tasha's getting something out of the deal. She's getting deals. So yeah, I don't know which one's really better, you know, but at least she's getting some out of it though. Let's see. Yeah, so there was a flight for Edward Bivens from Atlanta to Houston. I just put a fucking mess is what we saw. So Rocky also, this is what Tasha pointed out, which was very true. She says, oh, he's really good at this. Oh my. It's really good. Because you don't see his face in any of the photos. And you don't. He's good at not showing his face. And you know what that made me think about? That call with Tasha. Yeah. When he said, when he told Tasha K, like, something about him being, you know, so smooth or slick or whatever the case is, like, why you think my name wasn't in that R. Kelly stuff or whatever. Like, when he was saying stuff like that, basically, like, what I captured, okay? What I captured from it was him pretty much saying how he flies under the radar type shit. Like, that's what I got from it. So the fact that you making sure you don't show your face or anything in these images and stuff, yikes, you know. Tasha also showed the name of the young lady that received the same DICK pic as Unique, and Unique showed no. She asked her, she said, what does her name? No. She asked her something, and I think Unique showed her the name or something like that. I think that basically they made a connection that they both have been in talks with the other woman that Rocky had been messing with or trying to mess with, okay? So, yeah. Tasha wanted to FaceTime him because she wanted to see if he was going to answer and just kind of like blow his cover. But Unique mentioned that he changed his phone number, but he's been contacting her via WhatsApp. So they tried to call him on WhatsApp, but he didn't answer. And that's exactly as I expected. I said, that man not going to answer that phone. And it seemed like the WhatsApp barely even wrong, to be honest with you. Tasha K apologizes to Unique because she, you know, called her a liar, all that other stuff. She didn't believe her, but now that she sees all her receipts, she definitely apologized, okay? Unique says that she got played, but she never lied, and she isn't the type of woman that's a home wrecker, and says that she was misled. And she's never, and it's not going to matter what anybody says. She's never going to feel like a home wrecker because of her understanding of what he was telling her about their marriage. And based on her own situation, she came up with her overall, you know, analysis of their situation from her own by assuming that the setup was the similar to what she had, in addition to whatever it is that he was telling her. So she's always going to see herself as not being a home wrecker. I'm just telling y'all what she said. So he told her that after they finished the Xscape show, she and he were going to be together. But then he got Tasha a deal for her album. He said that he was about to tell Tasha about the both of them being together and how he want to leave Tasha. No, ma'am. That was not going to happen, dear. And you knew that. But that's what he said, and that's what she's been riding off of this whole time, okay? She also said, no. So when she came out with the timeless love info, he says that they were going to sue her for extortion. She also says that when Tasha did the interview and said there were no babies or anything, she was thinking that because Rocky had told her that he and Tasha were going to sue her over the baby stuff, she felt like Tasha was trying to erase her as a whole or whatever, which would have went along with the narrative that she was trying to extort them or whatever the case was, you know, so that she was thinking that their lawsuit would be able to be upheld based on how Tasha did that interview. This is what she said, okay? She said, Rocky tried to make this lady out to sound like she was crazy, delusional, and how he got the feds on the case and he's about to do this and do that and all this other stuff, telling Tasha it's gonna be a bombshell that's gonna drop, you gonna be glad you ain't really in it, and all this other stuff is what he was saying, like really hyping it up, you know. For me, it was definitely giving salesman. That's how he sounds like he's one of those good salesmen. Um, Thank you so much, Isada, for the super chat. Hey, Jamie, he don't even have respect for himself. Come on. His wife, Latocha, no loyalty at all. For the fact that he did this to his wife is unbelievable. Thank you so much, Isada, for the super chat. Like, he really legit got her out here looking crazy. And it's really a horrible time for her. And I'm not saying whether she did or didn't bring anything on herself, but it's like you got the situation with the money. We still wondering where the hell Tamika money at. Okay? Where's Tamika's money? Right? And then you also got the situation with your husband, and then him coming over here trying to fast talk, swift talk, Miss Tasha K. Then you got the Mistress coming out, and the whole time you trying to do a gospel inspirational album. Girl, this one they try and say that it's the devil working. Girl, is it the devil working? I don't know. Because the devil seems like it's been in your husband over there working on somebody else, okay? And I hate that. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I do hate it for you, ma'am. I do. And let's keep going. It's a public embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad. Oh, she also had mentioned something about he tried to talk to one of her friends or something like that. And I think that's when she really let the floodgates out. One of her friends came to her and told her she wanted her to stop talking to Rocky. And she was like, why you say that? She was like, because he was trying to holler at me. So when she showed her the messages or whatever, she really was pissed. And it was like, oh, it's on. It's on like mother popcorn. So that's when she really let the floodgates out. All right. Now, Unique does say that she feels bad because Tasha asked her again, like, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to help you. Now, do you feel bad for messing around with that lady husband? Tell me. And Unique says that she feels bad if the relationship was really authentic. If they really had like a real marriage, like lovey-dovey, then she feels bad because that's not who she is, right? But she was under a different impression that he wasn't happy, they weren't a thing, it's only business and all of that. So that's why she didn't mind, messing with that lady husband. So, but I'm like, girl, you need to be asking Rocky. But I guess Rocky is also not, he's trying to act like he don't even know the lady. So it's do he feel bad? Ask him too. But anyway, so, she also talks about how he's tried to troll her from a different number via WhatsApp or whatever. But with WhatsApp, it'll still show like your actual number. So he tried to like hit her up on some slick stuff and try and give her like a warning or whatever as though he was somebody else. But the whole time, it was his number that was popping up, looking like a damn fool while he over there harassing her, and she got her own facts. So I don't know. He was just fast talking. What else? She mentioned him trying to talk to one of her friends and all of that. So we just talked about that. But as far as me thinking about him fast talking, I'm thinking about him doing that call with Tasha and how he sat up there and said if I guess Tasha was rocking with him or whatever it was, like on some like in business type thing, he could have she would have never had a defamation lawsuit with Cardi in so many words. And I'm just like, you sure? Like, you thought you was gonna clear that up? How was you gonna clear it up? By telling Tasha go ahead and just apologize to the lady, go ahead and take it down? Is that how you thought that you was gonna clear that up? How was you going to get that cleared up? So Tasha mentioned something about the $4 million and said, you got $4 million? You can help me. You got $4 million. Girl, I was screaming. He was like, whoa, $4 million? $4 million? Oh, well, let me tell you this. $4 million ain't going to be nothing when we done with her. She going to, watch what I tell you now. Watch what I say. She asked you, sir, did you have the $4 million? Can you help her? You over here talking about what you finna sue this other lady for. Let me tell you the suit you need to worry about. That's the one with Todd and Tamika. Okay? Because I do think, Mr. Sir, even if all of this has been spewing, I feel like you probably should have did what Tasha said and listened to your friends and not talk to her. And in all honesty, not talk to nobody. For real. Because now you done slipped up and you've said Todd was doing some things that, you said it about Todd. Okay, now I can't. I just can't believe you said this. So y'all gonna have to listen to what Tasha, what he told Tasha. All right, and it was very, very bad. In addition to that, what else did you say? You said that Tamika was sending you stuff. So something, it's just I don't. So I feel like you got other type of times and stuff on your hands if you ask me, okay? So it's just the other things that you need to be worried about. Why you over here worried about who you finna sit up here and sue or make this lady pay? You've been sitting over here playing with this lady this entire time. I am glad she came out and finally spoke her piece. Just don't be speaking your piece and then turning around being right back up in them sheets or whatever like that, ma'am. Just let him go. Let me see what y'all saying real quick, and I'm gonna hop off. At what point does common sense kick in? I'm sorry, but at some point the writing is on the wall. Take notice and believe it. Shaking my head. I have to agree. I definitely agree. I definitely do. It's the fact that he referred to him being in R. Kelly's and Michael Jackson's camp when they had allegations. And did. You are correct. He said he already knew what was coming down the pipeline for R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I guess he jumped ship and he said he just never went against him, but he definitely said that, for sure. For sure. And let's see what else you guys have here. What? Lily says he don't have SHI. From what everybody say, he works for free for everybody, even R. Kelly. Dumbass. Oh my. Goodness gracious. Let's see what else. A few more, then I'm going to tap out. Let's see. Sad situation all around the board. I believe she knows he cheats and he also took that money. Thank you. Let's see what else. He's just a bum, for real, trying not to Kevin Hunter himself, but he doesn't realize if Latocha was on her ish, she'd Kevin Hunter his behind. No one likes a liar, okay? No one likes a liar. All right, let's see. When people say she only left because everyone found out, you damn Skippy. Personally, my ego can't take the type of embarrassment. I can't walk around proud with you no more. All right. And that's just on P. Okay. Well, I thank you guys so much for watching and, hearing what I have to say about this interview. Okay. Shout out to the 1,400 people that we had in the chat on today. I appreciate you guys for liking up the video. We got about 500. So just make sure that you guys definitely hit the like button on your way out, especially if you were fully entertained. I thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.